What's up, Covalence friends? Today we're going to be using the old tried and true alert function to kind of showcase a little bit of a funky feature of JavaScript. Let's get right into it. All right, so we have an extremely simple file structure here. We just have our index.html. We have an app.js that obviously our index is running, and then we have an app.css that is basically just styling the one element that we have, which is this alert button. And it's going to be a big old alert button in the middle of the page. And so all we're going to be really working with is the JS file here. And you can see that we're just grabbing the button and we're hooking up a click event handler. And so basically what we're going to do first is we're just going to do the old tried and trusty alert one. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to run this real quick. And we have our alert. And when we click alert, bam, we get the alert. We get the one. It works, right? Now, alert one is great. But the funny thing is, and what a lot of people don't realize, is that there's many ways to run this function. You can actually represent JavaScript functions in all sorts of different ways. And one of the ways that we're actually going to do this here, I'm not going to type this out because it's just too crazy, but this is hex. And so this looks like a bunch of garbage, a bunch of nonsense. It doesn't look like it's actually doing anything, right? You can kind of tell that a function's being called at some point. That's a string. You know, it's difficult to really know what's going on here. I mean, it starts with a 1, ends with a 1. There's a 1 in the middle. But if we run this thing, let's refresh. And I'm just going to actually pull open our sources as well, just to kind of show you that we are running this. We're not running the alert 1. That's commented out. We click this and we get alert 1. It's still calling the JavaScript function. So that's actually a big problem, right? I mean, it's not a problem per se, but it's something that most people don't really realize you can do. And so they don't actually notice this when they look at code, right? They're looking at code and they're seeing these things happen and they may not actually know what's happening, right? So you can actually make calls, you can make fetch requests, you can send data anywhere you want, right? By using code like this, and you're completely unaware as even a developer looking at this, what it's doing. And so a lot of malicious attackers will do this to basically obfuscate their malicious code and hide it within even JavaScript functions or JavaScript programs that you would think you can't really hide malicious code in, right? So even NPM packages can have things like this. Now, NPM's gotten very sophisticated over the years and they're able to check for a lot of this stuff, but somebody who's good enough could probably still figure out a way to get malicious code in there, right? And the crazy thing is you can get even further, you can go even further with this, and you can basically do everything with 3 characters or 4 characters, right? So it's 3 or 4 characters, but if we want to comment this out now, we can paste this in here. Believe it or not, this is the exact same thing as this, is the exact same thing as this. And just to prove it, we'll run it. All right, we can see that this is what's running. We alert. I'm done. All right, so I hope you guys are able to learn something today. Obviously, all beginner content, but just want you to realize that some of this stuff, a lot of people don't even realize is possible with JavaScript, and I want you guys to be on the lookout and watch out for things that, you know, could end up affecting you guys and hurting you in the future. So again, if you have any comments, feedback, suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Check out our merch store and check out our new membership option as well. It's definitely awesome. Access to all of our course material for a super low price. And yeah, get out of here.